Hello to each and every one of you here at San Simone. I am so happy to be here to share with you and to encourage you. My name is Anthony Edwards. I was born and raised in Casa Grande, Arizona, where of course elementary, junior high school, and from there I went on to New Mexico Highlands University after I graduated from high school. Went to New Mexico Highlands University in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Where I started as an athlete of the football team there, and from that point on to the National Football League. But before I go any further, I just wanted to share with you a little bit of my testimony of how all of that came about. Growing up in Casa Grande, Arizona, I was diagnosed as an epileptic there, and was told a lot of things of what I could not do, what I could not, where I could not go, and this and that. And a lot of things that even us ourselves, we're told what we can and we cannot do. But I'm here to be an encouragement to each and every one of you that it does not matter where you're from. It does not matter the environment where you've been raised up in. Inside of you is full potential to become the best that you can possibly be. So now I'll go back to the beginning. Raised, well, I have 6 brothers and sisters. There's 6 total. And I was told some things coming out of the junior high into high school where I would not be able to do this, I would not be able to do that. But I'm so thankful and so grateful that I had an opportunity to fulfill a dream that I told my mom as a little boy. I told my mom that when I grow up, that I was going to play in the National Football League, and I was very specific and in detail with that. I told my mother that I was going to go play for the Dallas Cowboys. I was going to break all the records there, Dallas Cowboys. I did tell her I was going to go to Arizona State University as another place that I was going to go to, which the colors are similar. But I was telling her all these things and how I wanted to break all the school records, even at ASU, but Dallas Cowboys, and go to the Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl. I had high hopes and high dreams. And I felt that some choices and decisions that I made myself personally knocked me away from that. But after all was said and done, I had an opportunity to do exactly what I told my mother that I wanted to do. But the opportunity came at a time where I had struggled. I went through a whole bunch of different obstacles. I was told by my coach, even at high school, that I wasn't fast enough, that I was too short, even at the next level, even at college. But I'm here to encourage you, it does not matter what grade you're in, you want to strive for excellence, that you go to the next grade, that you be your very best. In all things, that you have an aspiration of being your best. Oh Lord, He's given us everything that we need. There is no one in the world that has the same fingerprint as you. So you've been uniquely made, specific assignment with full potential. Our Lord didn't mess up with us. He's given us everything that we need to be successful. But a lot of times, we have a lot of people that will tell us what we can and cannot do. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here to encourage you that you can be awesome, that you can be unique, that you can strive for excellence, and you can be an overcomer. And it does not matter, like I say, where you're from or with the setting, it does not matter. But you have to choose in your life. So I'll share with you now, as I told you a little bit about my dream. I did graduate from high school there at Casa Grande, but I was not able to go to Arizona State University and star as a receiver there and break the records there. I went to a small school in Las Vegas, New Mexico, student body of 3,000, where I did attend there, and I did break all the school records as a wide receiver at that school. I was not blessed to go play with the Dallas Cowboys, but I got picked up by the Philadelphia Eagles back in 1989. The head coach was Buddy Ryan, where I spent 2 years there, living my dream, that same dream that I told my mother as a little boy, and she would say, "Yeah, right, boy, get out of here." So here I am, Philadelphia Eagles, 2 years. Then I get released going into the playoffs. I prayed and asked the Lord to bring me and my family back home to Casa Grande, Arizona. I got a job at Ross Abbott Laboratories, and as I was working on the case packer one day, I received a phone call from the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals was a newly team here in Arizona. came in 1989, and I got an opportunity to play with the Arizona Cardinals. There are some other details that I'm going to get into here in just a second, but that opportunity, I tell a lot of people this: opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. Every time you have an opportunity to do good, to say good, to be good, we do it. You just don't know what lies ahead of you. So we always strive and do our very best to represent, at the end of the day, your name, which is your banner. The National Football League, they want us as players to protect that shield, NFL. But I say this, don't worry about the NFL shield, worry about your brand. That's your name. Because at the end of the day, it's your character. So let's go back to this story. 2 years with the Philadelphia Eagles, got released, got picked up by the Arizona Cardinals. I spent 10 years in the National Football League as a player, a wide receiver, punt return, kick return specialist for both teams. Upon retiring after the 1998 season, the Arizona Cardinals, Mr. Bidwell, asked if I would stay on staff. I served on staff there with that team 23 years. And May 27th, a couple weeks ago, I just retired. But I'm thankful once again for the opportunities. Now I'm going to share with you this. My dream as a young boy was once again to go to Arizona State University, break all the school records as a wide receiver. New Mexico Highlands. I didn't wind up, fortunately I was lined up at ASU, but I went to New Mexico Highlands where I broke all the school records as a wide receiver. I told you then that I wanted to play for the Dallas Cowboys. But do you not know, sometimes the way we see it or the way we want it to pan out doesn't come to fruition that way. But I come to encourage you because of this. I played for the Cowboys. The mascot for New Mexico Highlands University is the Cowboys. When I went to the Philadelphia Eagles, I had an opportunity to play against the Cowboys because we were in the same division. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Remember I told you also that I wanted to go to Arizona State University. Well, when the Arizona Cardinals moved to Arizona from St. Louis, they played at ASU, Arizona State University. So I had an opportunity to play there at Arizona State University on that field, which I love the field. And the story goes on. I told you that I wanted to play in the Pro Bowl. I didn't get an opportunity to play in the Pro Bowl, but I was nominated in 1991, 92, 93 as a special teamer for the Pro Bowl. I did not play in the Super Bowl, although I was able to attend the first Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl that was here in Arizona, I think it was the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers played. I was in attendance at that game. And I had an opportunity, even as a staff member with the Arizona Cardinals, of going to the Super Bowl. Kurt Warner as their quarterback in Tampa not too long ago. And it's a glorious time. But remember, there's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of prayer that went behind the scenes with my mom and dad, being raised up in Casa Grande. My father, a preacher, pastor for 47 years. And now I find myself, after 23 years, I can share with you as well. I took care of, when I was at the Cardinals, at the Eagles, my locker room, the locker room area, my locker, it was always clean. I took care of that. I treated everybody with the ultimate respect because I began, and when I first came on as a staff member and they invited me on, one thing about that, Mr. Bidwell must have loved something he saw in my character or he would not have invited me as a staff member after I finished playing. So I always say, we're always on camera. Everyone's always looking at you. So just treat everybody with respect, and you just know your good is going to speak value. I begin to share this with the young players when they come in. My main title when I first started with the Cardinals as a staff member was as a director of player programs. I assisted the players with financial education, continuing education, going back to school. I bring in people to help them with their finances, as well as career internships. I get them into a setting if they would like to do this down the road. But the main thing was about their character. I wanted them to be better men. And I know I'm not just talking to just young men, young boys, but also girls as well. Because you as a female have dreams as well. And we want you to succeed. And I was just sharing my story with you in regards to that. So I will let them know this. Your gifts and your talents will take you many places in life. But it's your character that sustains you there. It's how you carry yourself, how you speak to others. And you don't have to worry about anything else, because if you being friendly, you being nice, your character is going to speak for itself. And it's going to be like, it's contagious, it's drawing, and then people want to be around you. And I believe that's exactly what happened with Mr. Bidwell and the team where they wanted to be on staff. My roles with the team went from senior director, I was a coach as well as senior director of player programs, the director of that department. And it evolved from that into the training camp director, day-to-day operations of our training camp that was at Northern Arizona University at Flagstaff, Arizona. I was the director of that camp, the day-to-day operations. And from that, I also began to do the travel advance. So I go out ahead of the team, and we want to play in Dallas against the Cowboys. I would go ahead of the team to make sure that the buses, police escorts, trucks, food, rooms, everything for our team is set. I began to wear a lot of different hats. And on top of all of that, I became the team chaplain. So I was able to serve in the capacity of the chaplain as well. And it's been a blessing, because one thing about it, it kept me here in Arizona. I love where I was born and raised. I love Arizona, and I love my Cardinals, and I love the Diamondbacks, and I love the Suns. I love our sports. So I backed them, because once again, my first year with the Cardinals, I was with the Eagles in 89, 90, and 91 with the Cardinals when we drafted Aeneas Williams. One thing about Aeneas Williams, what he told me is this. He began to study all the great players in his position. And then he began to study all the great players in the wide receiver position, though, who he's going against. And he began to pick their minds to see what's going to help him to be the very best at his craft. So what he began to do is surround himself with people of influence that's going to help him be the very best. He also surrounded himself with people that had children, other men that had children, to help him make wise decisions and choices with his family when he began to have a family, although at that time he did not. But I was able to watch him grow as we both began to grow spiritually as well. And now we are both doing the same thing. I'm now the senior pastor of a church in Casa Grande, Greater Evangelist Temple. And he's also a pastor of a church in St. Louis. We're still close to this day. But it's all about the choices, the decisions, and the consequences. Yes, we make mistakes. We all do. Nobody's perfect. But we want to strive for excellence. We just shake the dust off our feet and keep moving forward, striving to be our best on a daily basis. Because you never know. Just like I had dreams, I know you all have dreams as well. And I want your dreams to come true as well. I want to see where you grow up. You graduate from this school, you go on to the high school level, you graduate from high school, you then go to college, and then you graduate. And then at the end of the day, one thing I would always say out of all these years of talking to all these young players and the players in the National Football League that I met was, I don't want to have no regrets. None. I put it all out there. I strive my best in that class, and there's going to be some times where you may not like the class. However, at the end of the day, how far do you want to go? You have to ask yourself that question. How far do you want to go? So in other words, there's going to be some sacrifices. There's going to be some trials and some tribulations. But at the end of the day, reaping the success, going on to high school, moving up and growing and maturing, and becoming your very best. And I will love to hear the testimonies down the road of, I listened to you, I heard you one day. I have to share this story with you before I close. I would go around and put on football camps, and I did these football camps for youth all over Arizona, Alaska, Florida, Texas, going around the different places. I always wanted to invest back. I always wanted just to plant a seed into our youth. You know, because someone planted a seed in me. Although there was people that said, you can't do it, you can't make it, there was others that was telling me, you can do it. And I want to plant that seed in you. And just like that seed grew up with me, I want it to grow up with you. So know this, I'm on your side. And I don't have to know you, I don't have to know your name, but I'm here to encourage you that you can achieve the best, the greatest. Don't let no one hold you back from being successful. And at the end of the day, you win. You know, the Cardinals, we want to win, but now it's about you personally. You win. And at the end of the day, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear there was a young man or there was a young woman that you spoke life to some years ago. And now they're a principal. They're an educator. They own their own business. They're doing this in the community. That's what it's all about. It's giving back to you so you can be your best, that you can give back to others. So I'll finish with this. So my career, all that, I'm happy for my career. But you know what? I'm going to keep moving forward. Even though I retire, guess what? I'm still going to be planting seeds. As long as the earth remains, it's seed time, harvest time. Let us continue to plant seeds in others' lives. And let us encourage each other. You encourage your classmates. You encourage each other to be your best. And remember this, and I know there's a saying, and I'm not sure I've said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. God bless you. I love you. Look forward to hearing from you.